Hey everyone, and welcome to today's video. So I wanted to cover off the body kit side of things. So if you see the F56 behind me here, at the moment it's got the stock Cooper S rear bumper on it. So one of the things that I want to do is obviously change the look of this car. So I'm going to walk around and talk about my different plans, starting off with that rear bumper. So this is the one area that I'm not sure on. I've not made up my mind. So at the moment we've got the Cooper S. I want something a bit more aggressive. So do I go for the Jcw bumper, so the pre-LCI one? That obviously you can have the Pro diffusers on, so I've ran that on a couple of Minis that I've had before, so I know exactly what to expect with that, OEM fit, etc. The other option you've got is actually the pre-LCI bumper with an aftermarket diffuser. So this is one of the ones I've found. I think this looks really smart. It's not something I've seen before, so I've reached out to try and get some more information around it, see if I can understand where it came from, etc. But that's certainly an interesting choice and something a little bit different to just having a sort of an S or a Jcw rear bumper, going for a bit of aftermarket mixed in there as well. The other option we've got will make sense when we walk around the car, and that's the LCI 2 rear bumper. So it's a little bit different. Obviously it's off the facelift of the F56. You can see in the picture just here, there's obviously quite a wide black diffuser on the back, and it's something different. So there were no volcanic orange LCI2s, so there wouldn't be any out there unless anyone else does a retrofit like I would have to do. What I understand, I need new rear arches to match, because the rear arches on the LCI2 come a little bit further down. So that's the rear bumper. So if we go to the side of the car, you can see at the moment we don't have anything side skirt wise. So in a minute I'm going to go and grab the side skirts out and get those fitted. So we have some Jcw skirts. So I managed to pick up a set in volcanic orange to match. I haven't seen any better options out there. I really like the Jcw ones, so they're going to go on OEM fit. Really happy with them. Okay, so I'm just going to put the camera on a tripod now, go and grab the side skirts. So actually let's take you inside and just show you the side skirts themselves. So if I pull these out so you can see them, and let's switch the camera around. So if you see the back of them, you've got these clips. Now these are sort of one-use clips that run along. I think there's around, is it 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, yeah, on the back. These ones tend not to break, the white ones, but the black ones definitely do. So you can get them really cheap for pence from Mini or on eBay. So you have to replace those. There's a few sort of screws and clip things that go across the bottom as well. And then you have underneath this, and what I need to do is get a heat gun and get some of this glue off, is you have these press pins at the top. You press the clip in once it's on the car. So all I need to do, now that I've replaced all the clips on this, is actually just go and push it in against the car, clip these main clips on, and then off camera I'll then do all the boring clips underneath, but then you can see the difference. Okay, so we've got the side skirt, open the door. They're nearly in place now, so what you've got to do is just make sure you have a look down here, line up all your clips, and once they're in place, go along. You can just check these back ones. Everything lines up perfectly. And the good thing is, because these were used, I've not had to have them painted, and the paint should match the body as well, which it looks like it does. So that's really good. I think the black looks obviously a lot cleaner than this because I've treated this already. Okay, so that's the Jcw side skirts on. That was super easy to fit those. Literally pop in the clips, make sure they line up and push them in. So I've got to go underneath now and put all the screws in underneath to hold them in place, but they make such a difference already to the side profile of the car. So I'll stick a side shot here zoomed out so you can see exactly what it looks like. Car obviously sits a lot higher than what my cars normally do, but don't worry, we've got suspension and everything sorted in a later video for the car. So let's go and take a look at the front end now and talk about the plans for the front end of the car. In terms of why we're back here, you can see in the background we've got the R56 with the G-Wing. I don't know what to do spoiler wise with the F56. So you can see there, G-Wing doesn't fit unfortunately. They are working on one orange in terms of an F56 version from what I understand. So I'm going to hold off on wings. I might see what I can do to work with orange on in terms of the G-wing for this, or what probably known as the F-wing I think they were talking about doing. There's sort of the dual lag option and a few other things. For now, it's got the Jcw spoiler on and I'm quite happy with the look of that at the moment. And then we come to the front end, and this is where I've already made a decision. It's the bumper's actually in paint, so what you're going to see in a minute isn't the finished article, but it gives you an idea of where I'm going. So if we just bring the camera down, and you can see there straight away, that's definitely not an S bumper. So that's actually the LCI 2 front bumper. So what you can see is actually the majority of the bumper is made up of the grille. These little corner pieces are off at the body shop and they're being painted volcanic orange to match. But you can see there's a lot more exposure of the intercooler. So if we come right down here and take a look, you can see the intercooler in there with the AirTech logo. The thing that shocked me is in here. So I'll flip the camera around in a minute and show you that. But in terms of, you can actually see so much of the structure of the car, which I think is really odd. And that's from factory. I thought they'd sent me the wrong brake ducts that didn't fill this, so I have got some brake ducts to go in the back of these, but they're pretty much the same as the Cooper S ones that were already fitted to the car. It's a bit odd, but yeah, I fancy going for something a little bit different. Obviously there's a lot of volcanic S's out there with Cooper S bumper or JCW, so I thought I'd try something different, especially as I had to buy all new crash beams and everything, because you have to replace a lot of those to make the LCI 2 front end work on a pre-LCI, because the bash bar at the bottom especially is a little bit different, and the way it attaches is a little bit different. The foam, the washer bottle as well is a different size, so the pre-facelift one actually hits the back of this bumper and doesn't allow it to sit properly. Even the arch liners are different, so if we look down here we can see actually this isn't going to bolt up properly, so I'm going to have to dig out some LCI 2 ones from somewhere, so I might try Mini. So you can pick up these LCI 2 front ends used on eBay, but while I was looking, not many came up, so I sort of, because I wanted to get this on the road, I actually went brand new with that front bumper. I brought lots and lots of parts at the same time, so I can't exactly tell you how much that cost me to do that front end. I'll see if I can dig it out, and if I can I'll put it on the screen just here now. It's not obviously the cheapest option going for a Mini, but if you're in a rush and you don't want to wait for a second-hand one or a damaged one to come up, that's the route to go. One of the other things I am learning about working on the F56 is actually just a word of warning. If you are going to rebuild or do any work on a Mini, obviously check out eBay and Facebook Marketplace for second-hand parts, but also speak to your dealership and compare prices, because what I've found is not on everything, but on certain parts, people were asking 15, 20, 30 pound more than what the parts were brand new from Mini for these second-hand parts. And because people are buying them from eBay, they assume it's going to be cheaper. That's not the case. So reach out to your local Mini parts department whenever you're after anything, and just get a price for them and see if it's any good. Rybrook, Stratford have done some great prices on sort of these parts for me, and a really good service in terms of getting it to me as fast as possible, and it's a massive thumbs up to them. They've been so helpful trying to work out how to do this LCI 2 swap in the first place. So what I'm going to do now this afternoon, I'm not going to finish the video there, is we've actually got another update. So I'm heading to the body shop this afternoon to go and get the bonnet, or the light grills and things like that, the petrol cap, and also the front bumper caps. So what I'll do is when we're back from the body shop, we'll catch up there. Okay, so I'm back from the body shop. So I've got the bumper skin and I've got the bonnet. So I've chucked the bonnet on, chucked the bumper skin on. So ignore any sort of fitment issues at the moment. So there's a lot of adjustment that's needed. But you can see, let's show you. So there it is. So I am absolutely, I'm so happy in terms of that front end, making the right choice, definitely. So really like that LCI 2. So let me show you a little bit of a walk around again. Ignore all the gaps on it, and that's all going to be adjusted. Okay, so you can see there we've got the LCI 2. We've got a bit of lens glare. Let me come around this corner so you can see a bit better. So it's a little bit tricky because of the time of day it is. So we've got that LCI 2 grille on the front, Not a massive fan that it's got a JCW badge on it when it's a Coupe S, but we can play around with that. So you can see bonnet's all freshly painted. We haven't got any of the belt line trim on it yet, but all this needs to be adjusted, tweaked. I think the sort of gapping's out here a little bit. It's a little bit close, so I can play around with that anyway. But yeah, there's the sort of show of the front end. You can see the whole car starting to come together nicely with the Jcw skirts as well. Okay, so we're going to bring the video to an end there. I want to get on the car now and start adjusting a few things and get it all lining up. Hopefully I can get it ready for the MOT. It's just waiting on number plates and a few other little bits, but we'll try and get that through in the next week or so. So if you like today's video, please hit that thumbs up button, hit subscribe and the notification bell so you get alerts every time we upload new content for the F56 and some of the other cars on the channel as well. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.